Hello, career management students. This is Mr. Hines, and today we are going to um, work on our leadership mini bios that we started on yesterday. Now, yesterday, what you were supposed to do before you leave was to um, find some pictures that go along with your famous leader that you've chosen, and also write a 30 to 45-second narration that will accompany your video um, for your famous leader, and talking about a little bit about the leader, about what they did that made them famous, and then some of the reasons that you think that they are a good and successful leader. All right, what I'm going to show you today on this little tutorial is how we're going to take our pictures, put them in a movie editing program, and then also add our narration to that so you can complete your movie and make it look like a professional little mini biography that you might see on TV or something like that. The first thing we want to do is just kind of help organize our photos and everything. Is I want you to create a folder on the desktop screen. Now the way we're going to do that, if you right click on new folder, and then just title the folder by clicking on the letters something to do with leadership. You see I already have one that says leadership, but I'll do another one just so you can see. Okay, so just do that with leadership. I'm just going to delete this one. Sorry, I have one. And see, now we have this little folder. Now what we're going to do is find our pictures for our mini biography and put them in this folder. That way when we're actually putting the pictures in the movie, they're really easy to find and all organized in one central location. Alright, so what we're going to do now is go find some of our pictures for our video. You were supposed to find some of our pictures yesterday before you left, but real quickly I'm going to show you how, just to make sure you put them in the folder and everything if you still have to add a few more pictures, and this will make it a little easier for you once we start our movie. Alright, so if we go down here to Firefox and click on Firefox, and you should be able to go to Google to look for your images. That's usually one of the better locations to find some of the images. They usually have everything you need. Just for the example I'm doing today, I'm going to do mine on Dean Smith. So I'm looking for Dean Smith pictures. Now remember, when you're looking for pictures, you want to look for pictures of things that you're talking about in your narration. If you're talking about Dean Smith when he played basketball at Kansas, you would look for a picture of that. If you're looking for a picture of Dean Smith, cutting down a championship net, you look for that picture. And I'm just going to click on images right here to see what we have. All right, like I just said, there's a good picture of Dean Smith cutting down a net, which makes it look like he just won a championship. So I figured that would be a good one to use for my folder. So if I click on that picture and then right click on it again once you get to this part and hit Save Image As. All right, now I'm going to make sure I find that folder that I put on the desktop just by clicking here on desktop, and then find the name of your folder. Mine's leadership, so I click on that. All right. If you want to change the name of your picture, let's just say I wanted to change it to Dino to remember which one it is. Now I got it as Dino, and I just hit save, and it's saved in our folder. Okay, so now we have our pictures in our folder, and that's how you put those pictures in the folder. Now just jump ahead. Once we have all of our pictures in the folder, we're going to start adding them to our movie, and that's what I'm going to show you next. All right. The program we're going to use to complete our mini biography is called iMovie. So if we go down here to iMovie, it's a little star-like icon. I want you to click on that. And some of you might come up with a project already started. Some of you might come up with a blank screen. That's fine. But once you have this, and if something's on here, I just want you to go to File, New Project. Okay, and here you can choose how it's going to set it up for you. You can do it without a setup if you want to edit it and make it to look a little bit more flashy. They have some options for you to do that as well. The good thing about these, sometimes they can automatically add transitions, which make it look a little bit more professional, a little easier from the get-go. So I'm just going to choose one that's called Photo Album and hit Create. Now it takes a second here to create it. It's got to load everything up and create, and it's going to give you a blank project. All right. The good thing about iMovie, it does a lot of really simple editing stuff for you and makes it pretty easy to do it. Now keep in mind some of your requirements for the project. At least 30 seconds of narration. Your pictures can only be on the screen for 4 seconds. You need to have transitions between your pictures, and like I said, iMovie kind of takes care of that for you if you choose one of these formats. And and also you want to be able to kind of relate your pictures to what you're saying in your narration, which should be pretty easy because we're going to put our pictures first, and then we're going to put our narration second. So our pictures will be on there. We can look at those while we're doing our narration, which will help, and hopefully you wrote your script out yesterday for your narration. Okay? So the first thing we want to do is we want to put our pictures into our iMovie. Okay? So what we're going to do that is if you go to your leadership folder and just open that folder up and have it like this, and then we go back and open up our iMovie. So you get your things tiled like this. Really simple. So let's say the first one we wanted to have was a picture of Dean Smith cutting down the nets. All you do is click on that picture, drag to this first little box, and drop it. Alright, so we got one picture in there. You see it already sets it up, kind of like a little photo album kind of thing. Alright, so we want to have another picture in there. This is the one where Dean Smith is playing for Kansas a long time ago when he was really little or young. So we put this one up here. Just click and drag it beside the other one. And you can kind of go through and just add some more pictures. I'm going to put about 5 pictures on here, or 6 pictures, so I can show you how to do some of the narration. You just kind of continually click and drag them. I think that's all the pictures, so one more. Okay, so we have our pictures, and it adds some things for you. All right, after we have our pictures added, remember one of your requirements, and I've said this several times, your pictures can only be on screen for at least, or at most, 4 seconds. So the easiest way to do that and make sure all of your pictures are on there for just 4 seconds, if you go up here and just double click on one of the pictures, like for example, if you look at that little 5S right there, that means that picture's on there for 5 seconds, which is too long. So if we double click on it, and then where it says duration right here, if we just change it to 4.0, and then check on this little box that says apply to all stills, it's going to make every one of our pictures 4 seconds, which is exactly what we want. So click on that and hit done. Now you can go through and see each picture says 4S, which means we have a 4-second picture, which is great. Also, you see these little boxes right here. Those are not extra pictures. Those are transitions between photo to photo, which is also one of your requirements. So like I said, once you set it up that way, it automatically adds them. Okay. Our next step is we're going to do our narration for our movie. Once you're ready to start recording, go down here to the microphone icon, click on that button. A pop-up menu comes up that shows you the input volume. If your microphone is working properly, when you talk, you will see the green bars bounce up and down as your voice or as you're speaking to the computer. You see the green bars, you're ready to record. Once you're ready to record, all you do is go over to the picture and click on the picture. Once you click on that picture, it's going to give you a countdown and you start recording. I'm going to show you a quick narration to give you an idea how it works. So when you're ready, just click on the picture. Dean Edward Smith was born in 1931 in Emporia, Kansas. He is a retired college basketball coach, and he coached 31 years at the University of North Carolina. Dean Smith coached such great players as Michael Jordan, James Worthy, Sam Perkins, and had lots of assistant coaches that went on to become successful head basketball coaches like Roy Williams. He is considered a college basketball coaching legend. All right. Once your pictures run out, the recording will stop. So you want to make sure you have enough pictures to match up with your recording. Now once you have your narration and your pictures, you're pretty much done with the project. You can do your little tweaks on it. You can add some transitions and do some more animation to it. But this is the bare requirements for it. So this is all you really need for the project. One more thing I want to show you to do to put a title on your project. If you go right here and you see this little bubble above the picture on your first picture, it says new project. If you just go over here and click on the words, and you can type in what you want to. And title it whatever you want to. So now we have our video. And then if you want to watch and preview it, all you do is put the starter right there and click on play. Dean Edward Smith was born in 1931 in Emporia, Kansas. He is a retired college basketball coach, and he coached 31 years at the University of North Carolina. Dean Smith coached such great players as Michael Jordan, James Worthy. All right, so you get the idea. You can watch the preview. You can make adjustments as needed. But that's pretty much how you do the narration, the pictures, and then add a title to your movie project. So once you get your narration and your pictures, you're ready to go. The toughest part's the recording, and once you get that done, you're just about finished. Okay, all right. Thank you for your time, and I hope that helped out a lot. That was Mr. Hines, and this was for Career Management. All right.